The moment you bring in a huge change suddenly, no one's going to like it.
For example, say you have an idea to bring in technology, or you have an idea to replace somebody who's very senior. And when you discuss that back at home, if that is not acceptable to them, or if it's not taken in the way you'd want it, okay, how do you very delicately balance that? Because I don't think that's an easy thing to do.
It is not. It is definitely not. And it's something that any new generation coming into a running system would face, But what I would like to say is change is inevitable, right? You accept it faster, things are made easier for you. You don't accept it faster, things become difficult for you. But as I rightly say, to appreciate what they have done before and to give them the actual result of what you're saying can really help.
Okay.
If you're just going to point out and say, this is what you're doing, this is what we need to change, no one's going to accept it.
Right.
But what is going to happen because of a change you're proposing, and if you're going to communicate that perfectly to them, it's not about communicating in words, also communicating the larger picture, the vision, the feeling of the organization, and bringing that culture into the organization. I don't think it's not going to be accepted. And also, as I rightly said, patience becomes very important. You need to break down the change that you're bringing in smaller steps and start injecting it little by little.
I agree.
Into the system.
I agree with you on that.
The moment you bring in a huge change suddenly, no one's going to like it. Change is the most disliked thing as human beings because you're disrupting the way of you living and changing into something else, right? So that's not accepted by anyone. You don't want to change your lifestyle. Someone doesn't want to change the way they eat. Someone doesn't want to change the way they dress. It's just not a positive word. So breaking that down to smaller things will really help in the long run because it's not just you who are a part of the ecosystem. There are so many other people who are a part of the ecosystem.
So what is that one particular stereotype today that you're still not able to change in your realm of work?
That we need to accept feedback happily.
Okay. What has been your story on that?
No, the moment you're giving feedback to someone always feels you're actually correcting them. But you're actually not. You're trying to help them to get better at something. And the correction is their choice, right? So you need to accept the feedback just like a suggestion and then think about it whether it's good for you or bad for you. But what actually happens with us is the moment someone's giving feedback to you, you always feel they're putting you down. And that's your initial state of mind or initial concept of visualization that, oh, he's pointing out my mistake.
Right.
If you're going to go with that mindset, that feedback is all about telling what's right and what's wrong, you'll always do that. But if you go with the mindset that feedback is an external expression of what you're exactly doing and that actually helps for your personal growth, then you take the feedback, analyze it, and do what's right for yourself.
Which also, puts the onus on the feedback giver as well, that are you giving feedback or are you just reprimanding or complaining? So it's while you're battling with that stereotype, one of the important things is even the feedback giver needs to come with the same intent. That it's for something that it's an observation and maybe a recommendation for some kind of a change.
Completely agree. I completely agree that it's very important. But I also know that you cannot control someone else's words or actions, right? But what you can control is how you can take those actions.
So how you receive the feedback and take action.
Right? That's why I said you decide for yourself, does that really matter to you? Irrespective of who it's coming from, why it's coming from. Just take the feedback just like you're reading a quote on your Instagram as you scroll through your reels, right? And you decide whether it's relevant to you or it's not relevant to you. You should be in the mindset whether it's not relevant to you, leave it and move forward in life. If it is relevant to you, then take it up.
So what you're trying to say is don't personalize it, but contextualize it.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, and then that becomes easier because I know this is meant for something that I need to do, not about me or my character. So if I can separate the two of it, that could help. And that's something that you are continuously even today struggling with is what I understand.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Right.